Well, the start of a new year often brings with it the push for businesses to forge ahead and reach new success. But for some, it can be difficult to identify what needs to be done and how to stay focused on your goals. That's when a mentor can play an important role in keeping your business on track when times get tough. For more on how mentoring can benefit your business, I'm joined by Ronnie Kagan from the Mentor Club. Good morning, Ronnie Kagan. Welcome to Business Today.
Morning, Whitney. How are you?
So is the idea for business to use corporate mentors something that's catching on?
Absolutely. I think from my experience, one of the greatest impacts we had through the GFC was that people were making decisions based on their own opinions. And then what they were doing is they were following through with their opinion and looking for evidence to validate their decisions. So they made decisions based on their own opinions without qualified, valuable input. And I think that was one of the major factors that actually caused the GFC that we've just been through.
All right. Now, over the past couple of years, we've seen unprecedented drops in wealth. Are people more willing then to embark on a program like this in light of the downturn, or are they preferring to play it safe then?
Absolutely. A lot of people are embarking on these programs, and the reason behind it is that playing it safe has never ever created wealth. If you have a look at any of the people that have gone out there and created wealth for themselves, they've had to take a risk. Now, there's two differences in the risk. There's the first one, which is a gamble, where you go out there and you just throw the dice and hope that something works out. But what you could also do, which is the wiser decision, is you can make an educated gamble. In other words, you can go out there and learn from people that have already made the mistakes in life. You can shorten your learning curve and thereby virtually guarantee your results will be dramatically better.
But it's quite a big call to get people to make such a jump in these difficult times, isn't it?
It is indeed, but what's even more dangerous is staying as you are. Because if you are not prepared to change, you're not prepared to grow, and you're not prepared to improve your knowledge and your wisdom, then your results are never going to improve over where they are right now.
So what are some of the strategies then that you use to show people that they need to do this?
Well, from past experience, what I've learned is that there's two major areas why people do implode. The first reason is that people aren't focused. They don't have goals. They're not motivated and directional as to where it is they want to go. And along those lines also, they haven't set specific measurable results and goals that they need to achieve along the way. So what I mean by that is setting a final goal and then setting small steps that you can take along the way. I think the second problem is that people aren't aware of prioritizing their time. And so one of the things that we teach people is a delegate, delete, or do principle. And what I mean by this is that you need to ascertain as to how much you want to earn in a 12-month period. And if you work out that let's say your income that you'd like to have for the year is $100,000, then what we teach people is take the amount of hours that you're going to work in the week. So if you're going to be working for 50 weeks of the year and you're going to spend 40 hours a week working, that it comes out to about 2,000 hours per year. So if you take your $100,000 you want to earn, divide it by the hours, it gives you a working rate of about $50 an hour. Therefore, if you have a task, you need to look at it as, is this task going to be earning me more than $50 an hour? Or can I pay someone in order to do the task at less than $50 an hour? So it's really people using their time more effectively.
All right. You also mentioned the term cause and effect. Can you give us an insight into this and how relevant it is to business strategies?
Yeah, very good question. The issue with cause and effect is that a lot of people think if you motivate someone, then that's going to be the solution to their getting ahead. But if you have an idiot and you motivate them, all you'll end up with is a motivated idiot. So what we do is that we believe in educating people, looking for the people's strengths, where they can add value to whichever business or industry that they're involved in. And your cause and effect is going to have a direct repercussion on your marketplace, either positively or negatively. So if you can learn how to focus your time on the most important areas, then your cause will be huge and your effect will be multiplied.
All right, Ronnie Kagan, now I would imagine, the beginning of the year is a time when people are focusing on getting their strategies in place and really focusing on their goals. However, once the daily grind has really taken hold, it is hard for people and businesses to stay focused on the big picture. So what are some of the strategies that you would say that people need to be aware of and using?
Well, Whitney, one of the biggest problems that I've noticed in business, and having run 32 different companies in 8 countries at the same time, I've had a fair amount of experience, is the biggest problem that people come across is that they don't sit down and set specific measurable results, as I mentioned before. And then we tend to get pulled back into our habits. Now, our past thinking and our past habits have created our current circumstances. So unless we're prepared to change our thinking and change our habits, we're not going to be able to change our circumstances. So as long as people can be aware of, you know what, I want to go out there, I want to be able to have a different next 10 years. I mean, it was just only yesterday that we were watching the 2000 Olympics and how quickly the last 10 years has gone. Some people have had phenomenal results, some people have stayed exactly the same or gone backwards. So I think in my personal experience, what's made the biggest difference to people is if they will go out there and they will have a mentor that can actually teach them, but someone who's got a proven track record. Because the biggest problem is if we keep relying on the same information, we're going to land up having the same result. So if you want to change your result, you need to change the information.
All right, just briefly, Ronnie Kagan, we're nearly out of time, but do you see that mentoring will become a normal business practice? Or is this just a trend?
I would say it's definitely going to be normal business practice. If we look at any of the successful people in the world, whether it's in sport, whether it's involved in business, every single person who's had phenomenal success has only achieved that success because they've had a team working with them. They've had mentors, they've had people that can guide them and show them the way. And the reason I feel it is because we can't get a true objective of ourselves by looking from the inside. We can only get a true objective of how we're doing by view it from the outside. And if we look at it from our own perspective, we're going to have tainted glasses on. So if we find someone who knows where we need to go and we can get them to guide us in the right direction, then we guarantee that we're going to improve our results dramatically and arrive at the destination that we're striving for.
All right. Unfortunately, Ronnie Kagan, we've run out of time. We'll have to leave it there, but thank you.
Thank you.